as I'm listening to our ideas just sort of begin to take shape, I'm just wondering, since this is a review of the book, who would use this book? I'm wondering if we are in fact agreeing that this book is helping name a world that's rather harsh and difficult to name, and it is complex, then who might benefit from reading and engaging as we did in democratic dialogue?
Well, one of the notes that I had kind of as a transition from the book we wish we'd had to the idea of who might use it was using it as a way to craft interactions between diverse groups of people in a non-confrontive kind of context. So how, because I think the book would be a great tool to invite people to come together to talk about the same ideas that we've been talking about. What is education in a democracy? What is it going to look like? Where, it's the same things we've been talking about. Did we ever have it? Where'd it go? Do we still have it today? Do we have parts of it today? So people that are wondering about those kinds of questions, I think, could benefit from this book. And I know when I first read it, I found myself thinking, who is the audience for this book? On the one hand, it's so heavy and it's so dry and it's lacking heart and feels like bits and chunks. And I mean, it's a history of education, kind of, but not a complete history, you know.
It's a kind of critique as well.
So, you know, we found ourselves asking, really? So I think I think it's best served by people really wondering how to create, perhaps, a more inclusive and inviting kind of education for democracy. And it would also show them what some of the hurdles that they have to overcome. You know, that could be useful.
I think that's a good point.
So who would those people be? That's who we were wondering.
Oh, I'm thinking of in our community, it would certainly be. I'd probably begin with teachers and administrators, just because we always could learn to talk better across each other, to be able to remind ourselves, because our work is so hard. It's actually so demanding. I read a study about the hundreds and hundreds of decisions that a classroom teacher makes every day, you know, that people can't possibly know. I mean, it's very demanding to be a teacher and an administrator as well. So begin closest. But then I could see, certainly school boards, I think you mentioned, community. What an incredible, the Kettering Foundation has this deliberative dialogue model that has people, constituents from all around the community to come and discuss very thorny issues. But democracy is created in such places with such people that it's not created by people that you all agree with. Actually, quite the opposite. Democracy is all about being able to listen, to respect, and to be able to hear the other person, to see what their points are, not to agree or to conform. But in that complex moment that we each had as we read this and disagreed and did not stop.
Well, and it's not about trying to convert that person to your perspective
Not at all.
either. I think that's
Understand.
to really listen is something different.
But I think that enlarged our own space. I mean, our transition into some transformation here was because we didn't let go. And that's what democracy needs. People who have a tenacity towards freedom, not towards oppression, but towards freedom and imagination for what might be.
So from that perspective, we do agree that the book became, maybe it didn't begin as, but it became a compelling read in the sense that we weren't willing to just put it down and write it off. So I think it's best read in community. So as a group in some way, kind of a book discussion group model. And so your idea of administrators and teachers could be like a professional learning community. Take this on maybe as a school that's choosing to take on democratic education in a larger way. It could be people, as you said, in a school board or maybe a school board PTA, some kind of community context.
Nice.
Yeah, parents and professionals. trying to find some way, perhaps, too, in a place where they already have some kind of tension in the community, whether it's about immigrants in the school or some kind of a difficulty. This could be a way to kind of help frame some of those conversations. You wouldn't have to read the whole thing. They could pick out specific parts and then
around the issues that were surfacing.
yeah, I mean, I teach with Socratic seminars sometimes. You could pick out a particular portion of the book and use it very intentionally, perhaps as you do with your students or in the larger community role, about what really would this mean? What would it look like? I mean, what are we doing? What could we not do? You know, whatever.
And students should be involved in these deliberative dialogues.
Wouldn't it be great for those ASB people, those people in high school
Yes.
that are wondering, I mean, do they know anything about No Child Left Behind in their experience? I mean, where is their voice in anything that happens?
And you know, in deliberative dialogue, the model has people who lead, not tell, not teach,
Facilitators.
but they sort of facilitate. But actually, they guide and lead, and or co-lead. I could see students actually taking that role with the adults.